Welcome to Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. My name is Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe. Our objective is to enthuse, inspire, energize, and empower entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs of all stripes here in BW and beyond. We do so by inviting these entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs into our makeshift studio. Sometimes we call them to the restaurant, sometimes we go to our studio, and we ask them to share their experiential knowledge, their experiences and their expertise, and we ask them as many questions as we can, aimed at empowering you also as a viewer. Dumela and welcome. Dumela is just a way of greeting here in Botswana, whichever part of the world you are from. Welcome to another episode of Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom. We're very, very excited to welcome an entrepreneur of note, an event organizer. But before I introduce him to you, I would like for you to please hit that subscribe button. If you haven't hit it already, please subscribe. We want to grow this brand. We want to reach as many people as we can. We want to enthuse, energize, empower as many African entrepreneurs and international entrepreneurs as we can reach. That is the objective of this show. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Mogobe.
You're most welcome, sir.
I'm honored to be here.
Yeah.
Considering that this is the second time being here.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go through the introductions. For those who may not have seen the last appearance was like 2.5 years back?
Yeah, 2.5 years back. I really don't know how to introduce myself. Yes, but my name is Lawrence Ntsimanyana. I'm the founder of a company called LBN Group of Companies, and also the founder and CEO of Francistown Business Expo, and also part of Botswana Investment Conference. I'm part of the Startup SADC, which is an event also that we are doing within the SADC. We're trying to bring in the SADC entrepreneurs together to come and have them in one place and discuss the pressing entrepreneurship matters that we face in our SADC countries.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
and also I'm into speaking as well. I'm a trainer. I do speak. I do corporate emceeing, and I do train on topic of public speaking, sales. I do train on SMME development. I train on just anything to do with entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about the LBN Group, which is your company.
Yes.
Do those words mean something?
Yes. LBN Group is Lawrence Business Network Group. So it's Lawrence Business Network Group of companies that are there.
Okay.
And within the group, we've got my consultancy firm, the one that I use to host events, the one that I use to consult, the one that I use to host training sessions, the one that I use to mainly run, that's the one that I'm really focused on, and I'm that's where where I am full time. And I'm also, we've got the events, because this event I don't want to say event, but it's a business. It's a business in such a way that Francistown Business Expo, and also under the Francistown Business Expo, there are other services that we are providing under Francistown, the brand Francistown Business Expo. We've got Francistown Accelerator Program, where we're trying to help small businesses or entrepreneurs to accelerate their businesses. In a way, providing mentorship to them, exposing them, having a network of, like for example, within the expo, we had partnered with Angel Network Botswana, even though the masterclass didn't happen because of technology. But those are some of the partnerships that we have taken to the Francistown Accelerator Program, to have them and say, but we've got these young people, some they need funding, some they need mentorship, some they need a network of entrepreneurs. and also using our network outside the country with people that we know in Zambia, Zimbabwe, Namibia, South Africa. There is also we're helping them with the cross-border collaborations because some of them really, their products, they won't do well in Botswana, and this is the truth.
Some of them need to be guided, to be helped. How in terms of pitching, and when we mention Angel Network Botswana, I'm smiling because that's our organization. And we're quite happy to partner with you there.
And also we've got Botswana Investment Conference. Botswana Investment Conference is not a conference as well, it's a business. So like I said, we copied the model from, not necessarily copy, but we were inspired by South African Investment Conference. If you look at the South African Investment Conference, the first one they raised close to 500 million rands. 500, was it 500 million rands or dollars? I'm not sure. Let me not get that.
A truckload of money.
But they are a truckload of money. It's a huge lot of money. And I was watching just recently, the president opened a factory in Durban that had employed over 500 people. There were a lot of
as a result of that
expo. As a result of the investment conference, there were a lot of factories and there were a lot of manufacturing companies, and that came to set up in South Africa
as a result
of the conference. So that's something that we are looking at in Botswana to say, how can we have these investors that we want we want them to come and invest in Botswana. Now let's bring them to Botswana and pitch to them when they are in Botswana and tell them this is why this and that and that and that and that. And if they see value in what we are saying, they will be happy to set up their businesses in Botswana. We also got Startup SADC, which is also an event, but it's an ecosystem. We're building an ecosystem within SADC. We're saying entrepreneurs in Botswana, entrepreneurs in South Africa, Namibia, Zimbabwe, all the SADC countries. Let's come together. Let's discuss the pressing matters of entrepreneurship that we are facing in our country. And also there is a SADC free trade agreement that was signed. Before we can go to the Africa Free Trade Agreement, let's discuss our SADC free trade agreement that was established in 2008. Because within SADC, before we can have the Africa Free Trade Agreement, before we can exploit it, let's exploit our own free trade agreement before we can go to Africa as SADC. And once we have done that, now we can go out to Africa.
Okay.
Yes.
You mentioned that you were a guest here about 2.5 years ago.
Yes.
What has happened? Any significant development since your last appearance?
Yeah. I wouldn't say we were. It was my. But the time that I was here, we were running the business for I think 2 years. We were not. We didn't have a. We didn't have traction. We didn't have traction. We didn't. A lot of things were not in place. But for the past 2.5 years, we had to reposition the business in a way that it will be able to sustain itself, being able to do host events that will remarkably contribute to the Francistown economy and also to the entrepreneurs in Francistown and in Botswana generally. And we, for the past 2 years, we have established the. Remember, before we were just doing entrepreneurship development programs, but right now for the past 2 years, we also we sat down and said, but we have been dealing with small men for too long. And with all due respect, small men doesn't give us the money that we want or the money that can sustain the business. So let us look in ways that we can have the corporates as our clients. Now we brought in organizational development. We do consult organization development. We also host conference on organizational development. We hosted the event on last year, on the 20th of August. Last year, it was virtual, attended by close to 35 companies.
Wow.
Last year. That was a virtual. These are both international companies and local companies because it was virtual. And we also brought in the public speaking because what I said to myself, but I've been being in the speaking thing for too long, and maybe for 5 to 6, 7 years.
6 years, yeah.
And what is it that I can do to also contribute back in the public speaking industry? And we established a public speaking service. We established teenpreneurship, where we say
What's
now
that?
the teenpreneurship is we're teaching teenagers the importance of entrepreneurship. There is a verse in the Bible that says, is it train them while they are still young?
Yes.
In the book of Proverbs, so that when they grow they will know. So that's what we are doing. We within the service we're training them while they're still young. Yes.
All right.
So and we have really grown, and just two was it 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, we had a lot of big companies as our clients, and in our portfolio now we had a lot of BITC, Leah, APSA, Express Credit, of G4S.
You've come a long way.
Yes, we've come a long way.
Congratulations.
So, for me, it has been a foundation that we have laid along those years. We have laid a foundation. Now the house has started going up.
Okay, let's touch on the Business Expo, the Francistown Business Expo. It's your brainchild, right?
Yes.
How did it come about, and what inspired it?
Okay. This other time, this was prior to the elections, 2019. I have a friend of mine who was somewhere. I won't mention where and him. So he came to me and said, but you know, I want something that can attract the youth, or that can have a very massive impact within the youth. Then I created a program. I called it, it was more like just the exhibition, but it was something entrepreneurship development conference or something like that. Then I created that, I gave it the concept note, I wrote it down, I sent it to him. But you know, politicians, yeah, we didn't implement the idea. So I had the idea for 4 years. So last year I had the idea for 4 years, and I think in 2020, immediately after the elections, now I wanted to create Joining Business Expo. Then while I was on my Joining Business Expo, someone had created Joining Business Expo. I said, okay, let me just leave them, or at least find a way that we can support them. Then I said, because I'm from Totone,
which is near Francistown.
Which is near Francistown. Then I looked at that and said, but it seems like entrepreneurs within that, in Francistown, there has been neglected for too long, in a way that they're not being given. All the events are in Gaborone. All these big events are in Gaborone. Global Expo, Consumer Fair, all of them, they're in Gaborone. But let's do something for Francistown that can at least shook the country and say, this is something that we have been waiting for in Francistown. So my bringing that, then I created that Francistown Business Expo. That's where it came from. Then I took the same concept note that I had, the one that I did for the politician. Then I used it and polished it here and there. I remember I discussed it with Moss, Sereme.
Yeah, we'll talk about him momentarily, yes. Our mutual friend.
Yes. And we brought an ideas together that, no, this is what we can do, this is what we can do. Then from there I said, okay, Francistown Business Expo, then let's go. I had the website up, logos up, then we marketed the event. Till the last day of the event.
I was invited. Regretfully, I couldn't attend because I had a court case in Francistown. So I was one of the people who was supposed to say a word or two on behalf of Angel Network Botswana.
Yes.
And also on my own behalf. I had 2 invitations, but I couldn't honor them. But how was the event, and in what way would you say it's impacting entrepreneurs in Francistown?
The event was a huge success. How I describe the success of the event is because the event had happened. And after the event, we wrote a review forms. We had review forms. And
like evaluations.
Yes, like evaluations, and gave to everyone who attended the event to say, just give us a thought of what do you think about the event. And for a first-time event, and remember this event is hosted by a small business, without the backup of any financial sponsor. Mogobe sponsored the event from our own pocket. Without the backup of any sponsor, we gave them the forms. We were fortunate enough that both Duma FM, they were able to come on board, GUC to come on board to sponsor with here and there.
To sponsor some stalls?
Yeah, some stalls, yeah. And we gave them those forms to say, what do you think of the event? Give us a
feedback.
And the response that we got from them is what made me think this is what they have always needed. I remember there is a lady we met who was one of the exhibitors there, and she runs the cosmetics.
Yes.
They're into that space. And she met like I think 5 or 10 people that said they want to franchise a business to different locations. She met them within the expo. I recently visited her establishment because she's based in Gaborone. And she was so excited. This is what I did. I met these people in this event. I met these people in this event. So the event was impactful in a way that not only these people, they were there to exhibit. They were there to be capacitated. We got master classes that one of them we were supposed to say one of Wade or two, the one about funding. We've got the master classes that were there, from branding, agriculture, purpose. We've got a series of master classes that were there, and within those master classes, the small businesses, it's more like something selling for. They have long wanted it, but they were not getting it anyway, because the master classes were also free. And even the feedback that we got from the master classes was, this was good. We are impressed. Even the public were impressed. It's more like you can bring this time and again. So ours was, the businesses were, some of the businesses, they were able to get business. Some of them, they were able to get partners. Some of them, they were able to have that business to business,
B2B,
yes,
connections.
So that's one of the things that we are happy for. This was the first time.
I missed my friend Serame. Tell the viewers about him, because he's been on this show and he's a highly impactful individual. Talk a little bit about your association with him, and then share on what he contributed at the expo. Okay,
so we 2015 or 16, somewhere there. So I was invited at this conference in Mahalape. Happened that he was also invited to that particular conference, and that's where we met. So our friendship started there. It started as a like mentor-mentee, but now it past that stage to become friend, a business partner, and a brother. Yes, so that's where now our relationship is a brotherly relationship. Even though I may regard to him as a mentor, just I may regard as to you as a mentor. But now there's a point where our relationship passed that stage. Now for him to become.
We're talking about Mos
Serame, to become a friend and a mentor, and that's where our relationship started till today. We have gone almost everywhere in Africa together. Mainly when I'm in Zambia, he's in Zambia. When he's in this particular country, I'm in that particular country. And we became traveling buddies, and also everywhere we go there to.
Why did he share the conference?
So, and then he spoke on because remember the theme of the conference was promoting SMMEs for economic development. And that is Moses' specialty. He mainly deals with small businesses. He's into enterprise development space in Rustenburg or in South Africa in general, and that is his space. So he came to share in line with the theme, and I didn't attend the full presentation because
you're busy organizing the whole thing.
Organizing. When you sit down, there's no food. When you sit down, we don't have a table, and but from what I got is he shared more about the importance of, he told the participants or the entrepreneurs that were attending the event that, it is very, very important for you as an entrepreneur to have what we call it, an entrepreneurship goal. Where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years, and how are you working towards your goal as an entrepreneur? And don't just look at that, because sometimes Botswana may be small for you on your idea, and Botswana may not adapt to your idea, or may not adapt to your ideology.
Maybe too slow.
You may be, yes. So go out to other countries and find, because you might find a home in one of those countries, and which is one of the most important things. And he continued to share also about the importance of mentorship, that entrepreneurs, they should learn to subscribe to the art of mentorship, because when you subscribe to the art of mentorship, remember you are sitting under someone who has went through what you are trying to do, someone who has went through that journey.
Let's promote his book for a minute, because I wrote the foreword.
Yes.
Yeah, tell them about the book.
Yes, Nancy has a book on startup talk. Startup talk. We call it the book. We call it an entrepreneurship masterclass, because within the book there he touches on different scope of entrepreneurship. On partnerships, on the importance of, and also there is a
franchising, partnership, all kinds of
all kinds. Any other thing that you may not learn from school as an entrepreneur, it's within the book. So,
and he shares his experiences. And he shares a beautiful thing.
Yes, and also you come in, also bring your experience as well. And you may think, if we bring in two people that have been in the entrepreneurship space for many years to come and share their experiences within one piece of paper. Yes. And also it goes to touches on, does a little bit of research on the background of businesses that are doing well in the world. I mean,
he talks about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes.
And he doesn't vanish the truth.
The truth.
And he exposes the entrepreneur to what it's really like out there. Yeah.
So the book is available even in Botswana, in Francistown. I mean, we'll share the contacts at the end of the
podcast,
so that people, they know where to get the book, who to contact, where, and how. Yes.
Wonderful. All right. The one thing about this expo is you managed to land HE. HE had agreed to come and talk.
Yes.
How do you manage that? It must be very challenging to get the number one citizen to attend your expo.
Yeah. So the expo was supposed to happen in June, actually, on the 23rd and the 24th of June. Then we postponed it to August. Then I remember I was sitting in my then office. I was sitting there in the office. I was thinking, we just need something that can give this event a credibility. We just want something that can, remember in branding, there is what we call it a brand value, brand equity, all those type of things. And in branding, we always say your brand is how people view you and make conclusions about you, or make conclusions about how you do things as a business. And that's who you are, and you can't erase it. And I said to myself, we need people to view us in a certain way. This event is not a small event, and we really need to give it an oomph. So I said there, I called few people who I know. I said no, but let me just follow hierarchy. Then I pick up my phone and I called Office of the President. Hi, my name is Lawrence Ntsimanyana. I'm from Francistown Business Expo, and I would like to invite the President to come and officiate my event. And I would like to know who should I speak to. Hold on. They transfer me to the office of the permanent secretary to the president, and there spoke to the secretary to the permanent secretary. I gave her my pitch. My name is Lawrence Ntsimanyana. I would like to invite the president to come and officiate my event at Francistown Business Expo. Oh, okay. I would like to know who I should speak to. Said, you are in the right place. Okay, I'm in the right place. Where should I send the invitation? She gave me an email address. I was with one friend who works for a different company there in my office. So he's listening to the conversation. So when I dropped the phone and I have brought in that the email address, he tells me, no, go for it. I just tapped I had already, before I called, I had already had the letter. I had the letter, I opened the email, I dragged the letter there and the event profile. And I had everything there. Then I said, I'm writing even the brief. Yes. Then I put in the email address. Then I sent it. 3 days, after 5 days, this guy comes, the guy who I was with in the office when I called the president, he comes to me and he says to me, you know, I dreamt the president had agreed to come to your event. I said, oh, okay. No, I had, because I believe in prayer and I believe in God. Before I did that, I had to make sure that I prayed.
Wow.
Yeah, so that this thing. Same. Yes. So, 5 days he comes to me, he tells me this. And I said, oh, okay, no, cool. And I know, yeah, no, this is exactly what I have prayed for. And 3 days before the office of the president calls me, you know, they responded to me within 2 weeks. 3 days before I dreamt him, I was ushering him to enter into the...
In the dream?
In the dream I was ushering him to enter into the tent, to give him a seat where he was supposed to be. And after 3 days they called me, hi Lawrence, yes, your letter is ready for collection. They didn't state what's in the letter. And so like, I was in Gaborone, then I panicked. I said, but I'm not in town. Can't you email the letter? Quickly the secretary to the PS emailed the letter. And I didn't open the letter. I make sure that, no, let me go and sit down when I'm alone. So that even when I panic, no one sees, but I'm like, no, but this can't be. I'm 100% sure this man has agreed to come. I opened the letter. He had agreed to come after 2 weeks. Wow. He had agreed to come. I went there to the office to meet the private secretary to discuss the logistics and everything that needed
security considerations and so on.
Yes. And then that's how wow. I landed the president to. So
to me, from what I understand, it's prayer, but also preparation.
Yes.
You had the outline ready and you had the pitch ready.
Yes. And also it's about it's something that's in line with what the government has been preaching, or what the government, maybe I may say, not to be political, they've been preaching to
the electorate.
Yes. Entrepreneurship development. They've been like trying to push. That's why we even have the Ministry of Entrepreneurship, so that it becomes easy for them to drive this entrepreneurship message that they've been trying to preach for too long. And this is something that resonates with him, and there is no way he can refuse.
Okay.
And also that what Coach B.F. Rams, he always is, when opportunity meets preparation, there are always results.
Absolutely, absolutely. Beautiful. All right, you alluded to this, the formation of the Ministry of Entrepreneurship in the context of the reset agenda.
Yes.
From the entrepreneurship point of view, how have these two developments helped? Have they helped or hindered entrepreneurship in general? Reset agenda and the setting up of this ministry?
Because I'm not going to lie, I haven't really seen anything to do with what has been launched in relation with the recent agenda, in relation with the Ministry of Entrepreneurship. I remember when before we postponed the event, we called the ministry. the private secretary to the minister. Actually, I called the minister first. Then he gave me to the private secretary's number to call him, and I called the private secretary. But that particular time, they had no structure. They had no structures. It was the permanent secretary, the minister, and the private secretary. They were still under trade. So, for me, is I will really measure I will look at because these things how they are. I will look at the development. I will look at these developments maybe next year. At the end of next year, we'll look at them how may really but this is a great development, Mr. Mogobe.
Which one?
The Ministry of Entrepreneurship. Because remember that the entrepreneurship activities, they have been driven by different stakeholders, and all those stakeholders, they were under Ministry of Trade. And so Ministry of Trade and Investment should just focus on trade and investment. And now bringing this development of Ministry of Entrepreneurship, now they has taken a burden from trade to say, now you, Minister of Entrepreneurship, focus on entrepreneurship development within the country. Because I remember I read the profile of the Minister of Entrepreneurship. They do provide consultancy. They educate about entrepreneurship, and also
do they facilitate entrepreneurship itself?
I'm not sure.
In terms of promoting it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But what I would like to believe is they would partner with people who are, what I would like to believe is they are going to partner with people who are already pushing entrepreneurship development at a broader scope. Let's say, for example, Mogobe has been doing this entrepreneurship development for 5 years. I don't see for 5 years entrepreneurship, and you had developed close to 500 entrepreneurs
over time, including lawyers,
even over that, even lawyers, even over that. So the ministry, that's where now, from my own thinking, that's where now the ministry should come in and say, Mr. Mogobe, now let's partner with you as the ministry. Our part is to give you resources. It can be in money or in any way that they will want those resources to be. Ours will give you resources so that you can drive entrepreneurship development. Now, even now that instead of 500, now we need 1,000, we need 2,000, we need 5,000. So I mean, from my thinking, that's where I'm looking. But with the research agenda, I'll be lying to say I can't say much into the about the research agenda.
We only hear about it.
Yes, I only hear about it.
We don't really see the results of it yet.
Yes, yet.
Yeah, maybe it's still cooking in the background.
Work in
progress.
I mean, with the Ministry of Entrepreneurship, I understand because it's still new. But above all, it's a great development.
Yes,
and also it's a great development. And I would like also to see the board of the advisory board to be entrepreneurs. People, these are young and old.
What is the current board now?
I'm yet to find that.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to see the
Shouldn't
board.
The minister also be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, the
or
minister should be
maybe he is.
Should have been run at least 2 or 3 businesses, so that he understands the scope of entrepreneurship, and even when he advocates for policies, he knows what he's advocating for. He knows what he's advocating for. And really, we would like to see a lot of, and also they should have entrepreneurs working within the ministry. Because that's another thing. So that entrepreneurs now, they understand what's going on, and they will also understand the importance of decision making. That we can't take 3 weeks to make a decision.
No.
We just need to make a decision and have
even
it
if it's
signed.
no. The problem is that even if the decision is no, let it be made so that there can be progress.
So that
what kills the progress is the inertia that comes from indecision. If they can learn that, then things will start moving.
So they should be. I wouldn't see anything wrong them partnering with the service providers. I mean, within HR, they should just they can have their own HR, but with matters to do with entrepreneurship. I mean, matters to do with finance, to do with conferencing. Remember there was Youth Business Expo, and now we're no longer seeing that Youth Business Expo. But it was working for the youth businesses.
And it just stopped for no reason.
It just stopped for no reason. So we should see all those. For eventing, they should have someone who has been in events for too long and understand the scope of events. And they're just there to bring in them ideas and he implements. In finance,
even if it means them partnering with people in the private sector, they don't have to necessarily be employees there.
True. Within the financing, they should bring. Remember, you have been an investor for too long. Can you come in? We have got YDF. Can you come in? This is what you'll be getting from at least helping us with the YDF in dispersing this money. Because we look at those things, Mogobe. I'm good in paper, but I'm not, because I think that's the problem that we have in our countries. Like we give money to people just because of what they say to us in paper. We are not really sure if they are real entrepreneurs. Because what I'm believing is money should be given to someone who is already in business and will be getting that money to grow. Not somebody who is just starting. I want to start a poultry.
Funding should be for growth, not for starting.
Not for starting. I want to start a poultry. You give me 100,000. I go to Dubai. I buy. You see, these boys, they'll buy these cars, Ranex. You remember there was a year that they were buying Ranexes, Altezas, and
not starting businesses.
So I mean, we should have a board that can vet those applications and also have those people to come in to pitch.
Instead of just lamenting, YDF is a waste of money, YDF waste money. It should be a lot more than just that.
Also, I think we should receive reports for the past 10 years. How many businesses have you given those 100,000? And how many are successful right now? Because truth of the matter is only less than 10% is still running.
If not less.
No,
I've had very, very depressing statistics.
So we need public. These ministries should have reports, just like
public accountability.
Yes, public accountability. Just like Up SADC at the end of the year or any other entity, they publicize their annual reports. We should have those annual reports from the government as well, so that we don't want to hear them in a budget speech or a SONA. We just want them to come so that I can read it for myself and see it. Yes.
All right. Beyond the expo, what are the plans and what can we envisage? What are entrepreneurs out there watching you now, listening to you? What should they be excited about beyond the expo? Beyond
the expo, Mogobe, immediately after the expo, we said because my vision was to have the expo as a way of launching what we want to launch, which is an incubation hub. We want to have an hub where we can capacitate the entrepreneurs in Francistown, where we can also partner with the likes of Botswana Innovation Hub, or partner with all the other drivers of maybe technology or entrepreneurship development within our country. But beyond the expo is this hub that we are launching. But before hub, we've got this accelerator program that I just mentioned. We just started taking applications of the accelerator program to say small businesses, they can come and register to be part of our accelerator program, where we are going to capacitate them. We're going to have a group of mentors. We're going to have those master classes on funding. We're going to have this is where we are also promoting the cross-border collaborations because of the networks that we have done in other different countries, or the networks that we have in other different countries. This is where we're going to promote cross-border collaborations. So there is this accelerator program that we have launched. We're taking applications.
What's it called?
It's called Francistown Accelerator Program. Yes, Francistown Accelerator Program under Francistown Business Expo, which is done by Albion Group. So we have this. We want to accelerate this. We really want to help them grow. We want. So my goal and my vision is we need to meet entrepreneur X Asanta Sokola, ili just one man.
Yeah.
Asana
During the struggle.
Yes, during the struggle. Asana a stable income, businesses are going to sustain. So that Rona, we are going to capacitate them and instill them the mindset that will help them to grow and give them an opportunities that will help them to grow. I mean, right now, we have out of 10,000 entrepreneurs that are out there, found out that only 200, 500 are really sustainable, and their chart is like this. So most of the rest of 9,900 or 9,000 or whatever the 99% is like we are like this. Is either we go down, we are consistent in one place. So I always say to my friends, I said, what is the use of me running a business for 10 years? And after 10 years, I'm still at the same place.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
It's called stagnation.
Yes, called stagnation. And I think, you remember I asked you a question when we were in Francistown, that what do you think is the main cause of our local entrepreneurs to be stagnant in one place?
What did I say?
You shared about the 50-30 rule. And you take 50%, you pay for your rent, like the necessary stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. Then you take 30%, you invest the 30%. Then 20% is the one that you can go and enjoy it.
For luxury.
And imagine you've been investing that 30% for the past 10 years. After 10 years, the investments that you have made within those years that will be huge, and they will be huge.
Yeah, will overtake everything else.
And there is no way you can go broke. Even when they say no, there is Corona. My 30% is going to work for me.
It's not.
So I know that for the next 12 years, I'll be able to
survive. If not thrive.
Yes. And also I think that's where we are coming in the accelerator program also, because we'll be bringing financial experts to come and teach our entrepreneurs the importance of the use of money. Because I think we really don't know the use of money. So I was just thinking
financial literacy.
Yes, financial literacy. I was just thinking, but how many people, or even me, Hela, if things can just switch off right now globally. Switch off. You've got rent, you've got food, you've got everything, and switch off. How many people are going to survive for the next 2 years?
Corona showed us that very few.
And this online thing, let's say for example, this online trading, everything is not there. Everything has stopped. Who is going to survive for the next even 6 months? This is not even an entrepreneurial talk. It goes to everyone. Even the 50-30 rule, I mean, it's a lesson that everyone should learn.
50-30-20. Yes. I taught it to you. I teach it to my students. Yes. All right. This is about you, not about me. Let's carry on. Public speaking.
Yes.
Why is it important to you, and why have you become a public speaker?
Growing up, I have always been, I think it's a talent, it's a God-given talent. I have always been this confident kid. In school, everywhere, I've always been this confident kid. And I remember I was doing Standard 7 one day. My class teacher came in and he just said, Lawrence, tomorrow you will be narrating a verse, actually. A verse in the assembly. So this is a verse from the Bible. And you'll be just interpret it a little bit. Tell us what does that verse means to you. And I was doing Standard 6, if I remember very well. Then I went there and narrated the verse just like she had requested, and I did very well. They gave me a standing ovation, and I did very well. Now I went to my junior school. I've always been this confident kid who can just. I remember I was elected a prefect. Elected a prefect. Like, we're also given the rules that will need you to be confident.
Yes.
And I grew up with that confidence even till now. So I always say this when coming to answer your question about the importance of public speaking, but especially when it comes to me. I always say this: public speaking in the days that we are living in is no longer a soft skill, but it's one of the sought after hard skill in the world of work, in the entrepreneur space, everywhere. Everyone wants to be a very good communicator. Everyone wants to be a good communicator, and that's why that's what you know. And I remember I asked one of the entrepreneurs. I said, if I put two people in front of you, this one is a degree holder. This one is not a degree holder. But the guy who is not a degree holder is more confident about his work, and you see that he's capable to surpass the guy who is a degree holder. This one is not confident, he's shy, but he's book smart. Who are you going to employ?
It's obvious. It's obvious. I'm going to employ the confident guy.
That's where that's the importance of public speaking.
In fact, I came across something from Elon Musk not so long ago where he says he no longer considers whether you have a PhD or a degree.
Yes.
He's more interested in your human skills.
Yes. Yeah. And you'll find out that people who know how to talk, people who know how to speak, they make it they really do make it in the world, because they know how to speak their way through. They know how to navigate their way through speech. I mean, also looking at the importance of public speaking. Look at Barack Obama. I always give this example when I do the public speaking training. Look at Barack Obama. In 2004 at DNC convention in November, he gave a speech, and he's famous about this speech, the speech that made Obama the president. So that speech that put him in the line of presidency, that 4 years later he was inaugurated as the first black president of United States of America. So it is public speaking that put him in that place of him being able to
thrust him forward.
Yes.
Heads and shoulders above everybody else.
Yes. Look at Martin Luther King.
Junior.
Yes, Junior. I have a dream. He fought for blacks. And he fought. He didn't fight. He didn't protest. He didn't burn buildings.
But he spoke.
He spoke. So that's really the importance of public speaking. And
he was also a philosopher. That was one of my favorites.
Yes.
He got a PhD at age 24.
Yes. Imagine.
And he was thrust. He was thrust into leadership.
Yes.
Over the bus boycott. You know.
That's why sometimes I'm worried if we've got leaders who can't speak, and who are not confident enough to communicate their ideas and their ideologies to their people. Because leadership requires you to be able to communicate very well.
Articulately.
Yes.
Very articulately. So how has it worked for you? Where do you normally speak?
When I started, was like I met a man by the name of Moshe Seloko. Okay, we met Moshe Seloko at a certain expo. It was back in the years, I think 2014. Yes, somewhere there. So I met Seloko. I underwent his entrepreneurship development training. Then after that, even in the cohort, that cohort that I had joined, I was this confident guy. I mean, I will say everything, even if I don't know, I'll just say it. I'll try to fit in. I'll try to, not in a bad way, but I'll try to contribute to whatever is on the table. So after the event is like, Doc, I see you are.
I see you've picked a bit of slang there.
Yes.
Dog. Yeah, carry on. Yeah.
So I see that you are confident, and I think you can be a good speaker. And then he took me under his wing. He was running a public speaking program by that time. He let me join his public speaking training for free, and I joined the public speaking for free. And he gave me a platform. He was doing a training for Masscom. He gave me a platform, like 10 minutes to present. Then I gave it a shot. It's like, no, but this way you can improve here. And I was speaking to him like a couple of the days before the event. Is like, no, I see this is where you have improved things that we long spoke about. You have done them very well. You have perfected this thing, and congratulations, well done. and I'm very proud
the
of
second
him.
part of my question is, where do you speak currently?
Currently I speak at LBN.
In your company?
Yes, I do host public speaking trainings.
How often?
Every day, almost every day.
Where?
Every day.
In the office?
No, not online. We're online. We do host them online mainly. Mainly we host them online, but because right now we don't have an office, but I'm still want to be housed here.
Yes, at Mogobe Plaza. We do have room for you.
Yes. so I was here to look at the offices yesterday. So yes, but we were doing them at the office mainly. But actually there are those people that they really not in tune with technology. So if they're not in tune with technology,
you have to be one-on-one.
Yeah, so we meet and speak and give them.
What do you think are the biggest public speaking mistakes, and how do you overcome them?
The public speaking mistakes. Okay, I wanted to answer you also where I'm speaking currently.
You can answer that one first. Yeah.
Okay, so I've also been privileged to speak in Zambia, Namibia, South Africa. Zambia, Namibia, South Africa, also in Botswana. And I also will be leaving for Namibia on Tuesday. Also, I'm invited for a conference here in Botswana. It's called Made in Botswana Expo. It will be happening in CBD and 3 monuments. At Hadukhosi.
You'll be one of the speakers there?
Yes, I'll be one of the speakers there. And I'll be leaving now to go and speak in Namibia.
Wow.
Yes, in November I've got a conference that is not yet confirmed in Tanzania, and another one in South Africa.
Okay. Yes. Public speaking mistakes and how you overcome them.
So mainly public speaking mistakes that people make is first, people think you will learn public speaking through theory. It's not a theory. It's like entrepreneurship. Yes, there might be theoretical basics, but it is not theoretical. It's something that you learn as you do it. So you're not going to learn public speaking.
It's like trying to read a book on bicycle riding.
Yeah.
You read the book, 100 pages.
100 pages.
When you are done, you can't ride a bicycle.
You can't ride a bicycle. So that's the number one mistake that people make in public speaking. And the second one is aspiring speakers, or even some that I think we can say they're at the intermediate stage. Now they want to. I always say this, Mogobe, in my trainings, I always say this, that choose what you want to speak about and stick to that. You can't speak about finance, speak about relationships. Tomorrow you speak about death. Tomorrow you are a counselor. Tomorrow you are a psychologist. Tomorrow you are this and that. So you can't, even chefs, it's like chefs. They've got a plate that they know. This one I specialize in. This one I specialize in. It's like a doctor. They have just particular thing that is their specialty. So just choose one topic and stick to that topic, that over time
you can broaden it.
Yes, you can broaden it.
Yeah,
so you, Mogobe, right now, you can speak about real estate. Because you now
I live it.
You
breathe it.
You breathe it.
Yeah.
Yes. You speak from experience. Even if you can do it better than someone who went to school. Because when you speak from experience, you are on the ground. You know what's happening. You understand. And that also you can speak about money because you're an investor.
Yes.
So I'm not even an investor. I'm not even married. I say I can counsel money.
What I notice is that a lot of speakers, they write a book and they think that once they've written a book, that gives them the right to speak on the title of that book without ever actually experiencing that thing.
Yes.
The same thing with our politicians.
Yeah.
They go into politics without having been leaders in any way.
Yes.
They just go straight into politics. So it's a problem.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a problem. And this writing of books, I always say I remember I said to my friend, I said, if you want to write a book, build yourself first. Build yourself first in a way that you will have the audience to buy the book.
You'll be authentic.
You'll be authentic. Because I can't write a book I can't write a book based on speculations that I will have clients to buy the book. I can be the book is the business, or it's part of the business. It's a service. So, and what's inspiring you to write that particular book?
All right.
There is the story behind
the book. Yeah.
Behind the book. That is very, 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 very important. Yes, I think those are some of the mistakes that, and also some people, they just like mimicking
other speakers,
well-established speakers. Yeah, you can borrow a message from a speaker, but don't mimic, man. Don't mimic. Don't be Vusitembe number 2.
Yeah, don't be Les Brown. Don't go around saying you gotta be hungry. You gotta be hungry.
Yeah. You see, that's what these guys are doing, which is very, very. I find it
inauthentic.
And I've seen that this recently on Facebook, that I'll get your quote and I will use the quote as mine. And
without acknowledging.
Yes, without acknowledging. In our public speaking training, we also said, if you are to use someone's words,
acknowledge.
State it, quote it. If you know these are not yours.
At school, we're punished for plagiarism.
Yes.
And I think it's a crime in some countries. Yeah.
In some countries. So if you know these words are not yours. I mean, I post a quote and I'll say it's quote by Mr. Mogobe, quote by Mosrem, quote by Les Brown of Vusitembe, because those are their words.
Yeah. All right. Now time for you to shamelessly plug what you've achieved in terms of people you've trained and what they've achieved, significant people that you've trained.
Yeah, we really have trained, I think, for the past 1.5 years, we have trained over maybe 200. These are people from the working space and those who wants to be speakers. I think we've got people that are right now, they have already hosted their own events as speakers. They are invited to come and speak at conferences as speakers. We've got those who are radio presenters. We've got those who are in these local radio stations. We've got those who are like well established and sought after a corporate MCs. And we have trained managers from Masscom, directors of ministries, managers from BAC, managers from Botswana, managers from, these are people who are coming on their own, not being brought by the companies. They're coming on their own. Right now, we've got people from, what's the name? I got a call from someone from Business Botswana. I've got people from CEDA. Managers from CEDA, mainly managers, auditor managers, people in the finance
I notice your phone doesn't stop ringing.
Yes.
The whole time you've been here for an hour, it's ringing non-stop.
Yes, because they want to register to come and be
part of what you're about.
Speak. So, I mean, I can't state in names and who are they, but one thing is the...
Yeah, but tell me if they're give an example.
Lady who is was one of the managers at Masscom. She came to us and she was part of the Mrs. Botswana. You know this
Mrs. Botswana
competition. Yes, she was part of Mrs. Botswana, and when she came to me, she was like, "Hey, I'm shy. I can't speak. This was happening." I mean, we had only 2 sessions. 2 sessions. Me and her. I trained her on the first one, and she came. We did I helped her. We brought down the ideas. This is what you can do for you to remember your speech, because we also go to that extent. We teach you how can you have your speech
memorized.
Memorize it. This is what you can do. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the competition was. Within the competition, you need to give a speech, public speaking, and is one of the main judging criteria. Public speaking is one of the main ones. And she took is it I don't know, second, what princess? I don't know how they pronounce how they say those things.
First, second, or third princess. There's first princess and second princess, which means number 2 and number 3.
There's the queen. There's the queen.
The queen is number 1.
Yes. Then she took one of the 2. She's on top 3. Actually.
Yeah.
She's on top 3, and she won 2 awards. She won 2 awards within the pageant.
Wow. Yes. Just from 2 sessions.
From 2 sessions.
Imagine if she had been there the whole time.
Yes. Yes. I haven't spoken to her since the pageant. I'll yet to speak to her and congratulate her. Also, we've got one from who came from Mahalape. She came specifically for our training sessions, and she was like extremely shy. She couldn't stand in front of people and speak. Gave her, I think, 4 sessions, one face-to-face and 3 virtually. Then after that, we had exercises, like they were supposed to do exercises. So within the training, I give you exercises that you need to undergo so that you familiarize yourself with speaking. She went through those exercises, and last year she hosted her first conference.
Wow.
In Mahala.
On her own?
On her own. She got 34 people who attended the conference.
And it was a success. Wow.
Her own brand. Her as the brand.
Wow.
Her name is Isabella Gobela.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That impresses me.
But young ladies like Idel Mandu, she was running for this thing, a presenter search at Yarona FM, who is a very excellent MC and a speaker. That young lady is good.
She came through your hands as well.
Yes. So when we hosted our first public speaking training at Hotel Alabama in Block 6, they were the first group that we trained.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And so there are many that I can mention.
Yeah.
There are many. Yesterday we were training someone in somewhere in up north, and she was saying, I can't. Every time I want to speak, I drink alcohol. That's where I get my confidence from. When I'm called to speak when I'm called to speak at my workplace, I just have to drink alcohol.
So how did you help them?
I take them through the training, public speaking. So the only thing I need is but again, some we do like talk them through because you'll understand that maybe there is even something beyond
underlying problems.
Yes, underlying problem. So we had that heart-to-heart conversations. And it's a process. We had people from Pakalani Golf Estate, and account manager, accounting manager. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yes, she came through, went to one session as well, and maybe I never heard from her. She just went, and the last time I heard from her, she was like, "Motomudimu, you have helped me."
It's enough. You've given me enough. Yeah.
I think even the money you are charging is little.
Yeah.
But you can increase, my sister. Since you see the money is not little.
Enough. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, tell us a little bit about the Startup SADC Conference in Namibia.
Yes, we like I said, we hosting the startup.
What is expected? What can the listener do to be part of that, etc.?
Yes. So we're hosting the Startup SADC in Swakopmund, Namibia.
When?
On the 3rd and the 4th of November. So it's like I said before, we are bringing all the entrepreneurs from SADC countries to come and attend the event. So this event, we will be those cross-border collaborations. We have partnered with the organization Africa Free Trade Agreement. We've partnered with the organization. We've partnered with the SADC Business Council.
Based in Accra.
Yes. We have partnered with SADC Business Council. We have also partnered with United Entrepreneurs of Namibia Association. We have partnered with them to facilitate this event. So what we are doing is, and also the government of Namibia is really supporting this event. And what we have, I understand that the Minister of Trade is our patron of the event, and we'll be doing a media launch on the 21st of September, which is next week, Wednesday. We'll be doing a media launch in Namibia.
Wow.
Yes. So we bring in all entrepreneurs to say, come, let's discuss entrepreneurship matters we're facing in our country, in our countries, and how can we overcome those whatever turbulences, whatever mountains that are in front of us. And SADC SACU, SACU is housed in Namibia. SADC SACU, come on board. How do you guys facilitate this? How can you facilitate fast tracking this policy making? Or a policy can take 5 years to be implemented. So how can you facilitate this policy making, fast track it in a way that it can benefit us as entrepreneurs? So we also partnered with like Makalana, more like BITC in those countries. Your BITs in Namibia, BITs in Zambia.
But how does a viewer become part of this?
Oh, so they just have to register and come and attend the event in Swakopmund. They just have to come and register. We've got on our website is startupsadc.org.
Do you have to invest a sizable amount, or is it affordable?
It's affordable. It's
you
affordable.
Want to share that? No?
I can't share it now because we're creating a package for those who are coming from other countries. I can't share it now. For those who are coming, because you'll find out that I share it, the price has changed.
Okay.
So for those who are coming from Botswana, let's say for example, we have a package that they can be taken by one car, drive them to Swakopmund. And those who want to fly, we can also partner with companies that are in that space to say, can get them tickets. They fly together to that particular country, to Swakopmund, so that when you get them at Walvis Bay, because that's where we're going to get them at Walvis Bay, they are one.
Yeah.
And we just pick them. So we just want that uniformity in facilitating entrepreneurs going to attend the conference.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you envisage for your organization, LBN Group, and for yourself personally in the next 10, 15 years?
Yes. Maybe before that, we also got this biggest, this is the biggest event, the Botswana Investment Conference.
When is it?
It will be happening on the 18th, 19th, 20th of May.
Next year.
2023. Botswana Investment Conference.
No, that one I'm going to invite you to come and discuss in a different show. Closer to the time, yeah.
Okay.
You'll
no
come
problem.
and just talk about it.
But people should be on the lookout for that one.
Yeah.
It's
how many people are expected, and how big a hall you are booking for that one?
Booking Ditsupo.
Okay.
Yes, Ditsupo.
Which is the ultimate.
Which is the ultimate.
Yes.
So you can think of the number, and that's around maybe close to over 5,000.
Yeah, you'll come back especially for that one. Okay. Let's talk about 10 years from now, 15 years, your brand and the company's brand. Okay. What can we foresee? What are we looking forward to?
Me, Mogobe, what I want to do currently is in my own
capacity.
Is my own capacity as Lawrence Ntsimanyana, the brand. I want to. We're doing what we call it a high performance mentorship program. The high performance mentorship program is like, I have those people that, because I've got every now and then people will come and say, hey, come and mentor me, blah, those things. Yeah, so as I created that mentorship program, so you can register and come. Yes, I'll train you. I'll show you what I have done, where I have went, what I have done, and how I have done it. Because, but one of the most important things that you should understand is I can't teach you what I have not done. I recently listened to TDJ say, beware of leaders who wants to teach you something that they have never done. Because for me to teach you, I need to teach you something that I have learned, and I have mastered that.
Which you have credibility in.
Yeah, so now I want to give them what I have went through, what I have done, what I've been being able to achieve along the years. So I want to at least like have at least for the next 10 years, I don't know, but at least if I can touch 100 a year, that's 50 the second, maybe 100 a year. There's 4 quarters, 25 first quarter, 25 second quarter, 25 third quarter, 25 fourth quarter.
25 people who become what?
Who I will be mentoring them to become the best version of themselves.
Okay.
To be more like who I am.
Yes.
To be more to be above me, because mentorship it's
they have to get further than you.
Yes, I always give this. I gave one interview recently with Big Budget, and I said to him that, you know, beware of mentors who are in competition with their mentees, because in mentorship you don't own me. You are there to guide me, and remember, even not to be biblical. Even in the Bible, you look at the Elijah and Elisha. You look at the number of miracles that was performed by Elijah. Now, when Elijah is gone, Elisha doubles the number of miracles.
Yes.
So we should look at that, because it's like, as a mentee is bringing their own efforts, their own intellectual capacity. I'm going to give them mine. That alone should times two.
I'm very happy with that answer.
Yes, so that's what really
Here's your chance to hit me with a question. Time is our enemy now. We're coming towards the end.
My question to you, Mr. Mogobe, is mine is like, what's next for Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe? Not for the Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom, not for the Mogobe group of companies.
I'm grappling with finishing my book now.
Yes.
I think I'm on chapter 24, and we're working on it. I have somebody who's co-authoring that book.
Yes.
I would like to see this book come out before the end of the year, and I'm working on a title. So I think once this book is in place, I will be able to re-energize the brand and to refocus it around the book in terms of having a book that summarizes my memoirs, as it were, of the story so far.
Yes.
So that would be, to me, the next project that I'm focusing on actively.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise, it's a matter of working on the next project. If we finish the warehouses, and actually the builder is waiting for me outside.
Yes, yes.
Finish the warehouses in Goyapiri.
Yes.
We then build the multi-story complexes in Extension 10.
Yes.
And then we start doing something to expand our footprint here in the CBD.
Wow.
So those are on the building and developmental side.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're still acquiring at the rate of hopefully 4 or 5 properties a year. In the middle of finalizing some acquisitions as we speak.
Wow.
So I've been sitting on my acquisition team that we have to ramp up, because banks have now come to their senses now.
Yes.
They're talking the language that they used to talk pre-COVID.
Yes.
Now they're beginning to talk like normal banks.
Yes.
So now that they are normalized, we're trying to take advantage and establishing relationships with more of them.
Yes.
So there's a lot of exciting stuff happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
And will there
but now I've also, what is interesting is that they've dragged me back to the law firm.
Yes.
I've seen myself going back to court and arguing cases and enjoying myself.
Yes.
Something that I would never thought would happen when I left the law firm to others in 2013. So there's always some exciting stuff.
Just to ask you,
yes.
You said one question, but is there a point where we are going to see the Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe Law School? And also, will there be a book launch? Because I think you have been in the law.
The first one, the second question is easy. Yes, there'll be a book launch. The first one, no, I'm not setting up a law school. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's not in my thinking at present. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, look at that camera, Mr. Ntsimanyana, and just leave the viewer with something to take home, something uplifting, a final message.
Mine is simple. Remohobi is there is a. I'd like to go and refer back to the Bible. There is in the Bible where the Bible states that the sons of Issachar knew the times and the seasons. In life, as we go, I mean, if you can look at 2010 and 2022, 2 different years. Mm-hmm. It's like there is a 50 years in between 2010 and 2022. That shows you that times is changing. Times are changing. So I heard Mompoloki Makwala. He once spoke about the law of evolution. So you must know that the things are evolving every second. So what might have worked for you today might not work for you tomorrow, and you should know what's next. What are you going to use? If what worked for you today is not working for you tomorrow, you must change with the times. So mine is like, let's change with the times. Let us understand the times and seasons that we are in and move with the times, because if we don't move with the times, we are going to be left behind. We are going to be left behind, which is very, very dangerous to be left behind. Imagine, it's like you are in a bus stop, you are waiting for this.
So what does the viewer do not to be left behind? Somebody is hanging on to you every word. What do they have to do so they're not left behind?
Oh, I'm coming there. It's like you are in a stop, Mogobe, you are waiting for this particular bus to come. But you are on your phone and you are putting on your headsets. You don't understand. Like you can't see anything, you can't hear anything. But the bus is passing, it has left the bus stop. It has left you. Once you open your eyes, it's going there.
It's gone.
And it's gone. There is no how you can catch it. So you should like open your eyes, learn, read books, get a mentor who understand what's going on in the world. I mean, be in tune with what's happening in the world today. Be in tune with what's happening within your field, whether it's your field of study or work or as an entrepreneur. Understand what's going on in the consultancy space. Understand where the world is going as well, because that's where, like right now, COVID has fast-tracked the use of technology, and a lot of people are still behind. And if they don't wake up, we are going to leave them behind.
Okay.
Yes.
Now share with them your contact details and where they can find your services, all of it.
Yes, my contact details, and also you can contact me on this number if you want Mr. Mosereme's book.
Yes.
The Startup Talk. Yeah, my number is 73658533. 73658533. And in anything, if you want to book me to come and speak at your company, book me to come and speak at your event, or any other, if you want to be trained as a speaker, you can call me on that number or just send a text or on WhatsApp. I'll personally respond to you, or you can email me at lawrence@lbngroup.co.bw. lawrence@lbngroup.co.bw. Or for my personal brand, you do bookings at lawrence.ntsimanyana.com. bookings@lawrence.ntsimanyana.com. So that's where you can contact me. Above all, on social media, my name is Lawrence Ntsimanyana everywhere. Lawrence Ntsimanyana, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So subscribe to Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast.
Yes, that's a must.
Go and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
You've done a great job. You've done a great job.
Yeah.
Thank you.